We are learning much more this evening about the days, weeks, and even months that led up to the tragic deaths last Sunday of a young man and young woman in Independence.
David Winter just received an 8-page narrative from the Independence police describing in detail what happened that night. But he had already been digging 10 years back before any of those involved knew each other. David?
Well, there has been a lot of criticism online how police handled things over the past week at the Taylor Ridge Apartments through document searches, speaking to family of Heaven Glisson, and now having read through the police narrative, we have a better idea of what happened.
It shouldn't happen to anybody.
A distraught father crushed over the loss of his daughter. David Wilson says his daughter, Heaven Glisson, was a quiet little girl who grew into a young woman who was beautiful inside and out.
Well, as a teenager, she was always bringing animals home, and caring for them and wanting to keep them and take care of them. So she was always nurturing in that aspect, and that's what made her such a good mother with Aiden, and would have been a wonderful mom with Grayson as well. She was very attentive.
Uncle Mike remembers bringing Heaven her first car when she turned 16.
I was happy to see her happy. That was all I needed at the time.
It must be so hard to think about those moments.
Right. Never have the moments again.
It was just this past Sunday, 11:21 p.m., police responded to the Taylor Ridge Apartments in Independence, a single shot fired. When police arrived, they found 33-year-old Dalen Bradford with a single gunshot wound to the head. They quickly learned the suspect was a man named Donald Bryant, Heaven's ex-fiancé. We looked into Bryant's background. He had several protective orders taken out on him from a previous relationship, then a cascade of violent behavior in 2018. Found guilty for assault, menacing, intimidating, harassing, resisting. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. He met Heaven about a year ago.
He made her quit her job. She wasn't able to have friends. If he was upset about something, he would take her car from her, take her phone from her and not give it back. Those type things where he could control every aspect of her life and isolate her.
Heaven would take out an emergency protective order last April. It would expire, but she finally got the courage to leave him, moving into the Taylor Ridge Apartments a few weeks ago. Which brings us to last Friday. Heaven called 911 saying Bryant forced his way into her apartment and was threatening to kill himself with a knife. Independence Police sent us a statement this afternoon that said the responding officers did not feel like Bryant was a danger to himself or others due to the fact that Bryant left willingly when asked. They had no ability to arrest him, and there were no allegations of physical assault. 2 days later, after searching for 3.5 hours, police would find the bodies of Bryant and Heaven in the woods. They say he shot and killed her and then himself.
2 months ago, I said, "How you doing?" She said, "Don't worry so much, I'm all right, Grandpa."
I just wish there was something I could have done different to get her away from him, and she would have listened. It hurts.
Heaven Glisson was just 24 years old. So how did Dalen Bradford, the young man police say Bryant killed first, fit into all this? Police tell me that phone records lead them to believe that he met Heaven less than 2 weeks ago. He visits his son, who lives in his ex's apartment right there in the Taylor Ridge Apartments. Now, police say that they still have not been able to determine whether they were more than just friends and why he was outside Heaven's apartment when Bryant shot him. Cassie?
Now, there is a GoFundMe set up, or a fund set up for Heaven Glisson's 2 young boys at the Connolly Brothers Funeral Home in Latonia. If you would like to help, David put the contact information in this story on local12.com.